Hey everyone, and a huge welcome to all you apprentices at Kent Business College. All right, today we are cracking open the modern marketing playbook. We're going to get into the mindset, the strategy, the digital tools you'll be using day in and day out, and, super importantly, the ethical rulebook that's going to guide you. Let's do this.
Seriously, think about it for a second. It wasn't that long ago that motorways were just lined with giant ads. But now? Well, now the most expensive, most valuable ad space on the planet is that little screen you're probably holding in your hand. And this massive shift, it didn't just happen overnight. The whole reason for it can be boiled down to one really powerful number.
82.6%. Just kind of let that number hang in the air for a moment. That is a massive slice of the pie. But a slice of what exactly?
That's the percentage of all advertising spending in the UK that is now digital. I mean, wow. But what's really wild when you look at this chart is just how fast this all happened. Go back to 2012, and digital was only about 38.5%. The speed of this takeover has completely redrawn the marketing map.
So here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with why this digital revolution even happened. Then we'll get into what tools you're actually going to be using. And finally, we'll cover how to use them without getting into trouble, legally and ethically. Sound good? Let's jump in. Okay, first up, the digital revolution. We're going to break down why marketers basically followed us from our living rooms right into our pockets. And honestly, the answer is pretty simple. It's where we all live now.
And this, right here, just shows the difference perfectly. See, traditional marketing was like shouting through a megaphone. It was a one-way street. You'd stick an ad on a bus and just hope for the best. Digital, on the other hand, is a conversation. You get data back instantly, you can see what's working and what's not in real time, and you can change things up on the fly. That ability to be agile, it is a total game changer.
Right, so now that we get why we've moved to this two-way conversation, let's open up the toolkit. We're about to go on a super quick tour of the must-have digital tools and strategies you'll be using pretty much every single day. Social media, it is so much more than just throwing up a few ads. It's your brand's community hall. I mean, think about Greg's and their absolutely legendary sausage roll banter on Twitter, or Innocent Drinks, who built their entire personality on being witty and relatable. See, they're not just selling stuff, they're making friends and building this incredible loyalty, one clever post at a time. And here's a really crucial idea. We call it integrated marketing communications. Basically, it's not enough to just be on TV or just on Instagram anymore. The absolute smartest campaigns tell one big, connected story across all the channels. A perfect example? John Lewis's Monty the Penguin ad. You had the TV ad, sure, but you could also follow Monty on Twitter, and there was even an in-store VR experience. The story was everywhere, and it all linked together beautifully.
And speaking of brilliant integration, check this out. Just imagine you're walking through London. You look up at a big digital billboard, and it shows a little kid pointing up at a real plane flying overhead. And on the screen, it shows you the flight number and where it's going. Well, that's exactly what British Airways did.
It definitely got a lot of attention. I mean, it's cool, right? But was it just a clever party trick, or was there some solid marketing thinking behind it? What do you reckon?
Oh, it was 100% a smart strategy. The campaign just blew up online because it was so creative and unexpected. It wasn't just a billboard anymore. It was a shareable moment. It got people talking, it drove tons of traffic to their website, and it perfectly hammered home BA's main message, connecting people to amazing places. Just a perfect blend of the physical and the digital world.
Okay, so now that we know just how powerful these tools are, we have to talk about responsibility. This next part is all about the rulebook, the legal and ethical guardrails that stop marketing from going completely off the rails. This is the stuff that will keep you and your company out of some serious trouble.
So, let me introduce you to the referee of the UK advertising game, the ASA. Their whole job is to make sure every single ad sticks to 4 simple but really powerful words: legal, decent, honest, and truthful. If you remember nothing else from this section, please remember those 4 words. They are your North Star.
So what happens when you break those rules? Well, a few years back, this question was plastered all over the London Underground for a protein shake brand. And yeah, it got attention, but definitely not the good kind.
The public backlash was immediate and huge, and the ASA stepped in and banned the ad. Why? Well, because it was seen as irresponsible, suggesting that only one very specific body type was ready for the beach, which can be really harmful. The lesson here is so important. Getting attention is the easy part. Earning trust is hard, and you can never, ever sacrifice ethics just to get a few more clicks.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about one of the most valuable and, let's be honest, sensitive things in modern marketing: customer data. There's a really fine line between being helpful and just being plain creepy, and we're going to talk about how to stay on the right side of it.
And that brings us to these 4 very, very important letters: GDPR. It stands for the General Data Protection Regulation. Basically, it's the big legal framework that dictates how you can collect, store, and use people's personal info. Trust me, it's a big deal. But it all really boils down to a few key principles of respect. Look, the easiest way to think about it is this: treat your customers' data with the same respect you'd want someone to show for your own. So first, get clear permission. No more of those sneaky pre-tick boxes. Second, be upfront and tell them exactly what you're going to do with their data. Third, make it super easy for them to leave. That unsubscribe link is totally non-negotiable. And finally, you have to protect their information like it's gold. Simple, right? It's just about being decent.
Okay, for our final section, let's just zoom out for a second. Beyond all the specific rules and laws, there's a bigger idea here: marketing with a conscience. This isn't just about avoiding fines. It's about actively building a brand that people are genuinely proud to get behind.
So this is what that actually looks like. It means valuing inclusivity, like that brilliant Maltzer's campaign that featured disabled actors in really funny normal situations. It means being transparent, using that #ad hashtag when an influencer has been paid. It means avoiding tired, lazy, and harmful stereotypes. It's about using your platform to be a positive force in the world.
Because here's the bottom line, guys. Good ethics is just good business. It builds the kind of trust and loyalty that you simply cannot buy, even with the biggest ad budget in the world. And for you as an apprentice just starting your career, being known as someone who has integrity, that is an absolutely invaluable asset.
So I'll leave you with this one question to take back to work with you. The very next time you're writing an email, planning a social post, or brainstorming a campaign, what is the one ethical check you'll run it through to make sure you're not just being effective, but you're also being principled? Thanks so much for joining me. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep asking those important questions.